Boogie writes in part that he was happy for the Pelicans' postseason success without him, but he added, quote, then free agency hit. It was a lot of, we might be interested, we don't know if it's the right fit. And I mean, the Pelicans have disputed that it went down quite that way. Where you worked in front office, how does this get where two sides kind of have such different opinions on this?
DeMarcus Cousins isn't lying when he says they didn't make me an offer, but not making...
He is not lying.
Yeah, he's not lying, right? But not making an offer doesn't mean that's it, that's the end of the negotiation. That means they never said 3 years, $100 million, or whatever kind of formal offer there is. It's just a lot of, like he said, kind of a lot of gauging. A lot of that has to do with he's coming off a serious injury, and also they know the free agency market out there for him was not going to be on fire. So it made no sense for them financially to commit and throw a number out there when they could have had that for a fraction.
Yeah, but you're taking a risk, though, because once free agency opens, he is a free agent.
Absolutely.
And he could do exactly what he did, which was go sign with someone else before coming back to them and saying, oh, you got to beat this.
Right.
Right? That's his choice.
And that's the risk that they ran, and I'm thinking they live with it, especially they went out and got Julius Randle, who's nowhere near as good as DeMarcus Cousins on his best day, but at the same time, what's the number one ability? Availability.
Right.
He's going to play.
Yep.
And they don't have to worry about waiting or having money tied up in a guy who's injured.
It sucks because I wanted to see how they could build together. Them two guys, that was special.
Yeah.
Losing Cousins, I think it's going to hurt them because you lose him and Rondo in the same year.
Yeah.
Not just Boogie, but him and Rondo together. Right. That was a lot for that team. That was a lot of leadership. That was a lot of they carried that team a lot. And Rondo, you know, he was the quarterback for that team. Not having them two guys, I don't think they're going to have the same success that they had in the playoffs last year. It's going to be hard, but Miritich played well. Well. He played well for him.
Yeah, he played well for him, and again, they added decent players. Julius Randle, I think, is going to help. I think Elfrid Payton as a backup is a much more suitable role for him than as a starter. Ian Clark is a great shooter.
There, right? Isn't he from?
Elfrid Payton's from Louisiana.
Yes.
So
and so
always makes a difference.
It's going to be different. The other thing I'd say is a year ago, remember there were people saying the Pelicans aren't going to make the playoffs, right? And so they made it work with pieces that were not exactly. It wasn't like Rondo was a high-profile free agent.
Well, look, after Boogie went down, people said they weren't going to make the playoffs. And Miritich was obviously such a good pickup for them. I do want to get to what Boogie posted today, sort of, I don't know, say backlash to backlash, but kind of to the Pelicans pushing back. He says, the raw truth straight from the source is in front of you. It's up to you to accept it. You've gotten every detail with my experience through free agency. He's basically saying a lot of it's been filmed, right, on that Showtime special. Outside of my phone call with Demps and the specific teams I reached out to, this is my last time speaking on this matter. What's done is done now. It's time to move forward with my journey.
Yeah, he doesn't need to explain himself.
I mean, he's exactly right.
Yeah.
I'm on another team now. You know what I mean? I'm trying to look forward, get through this injury, and get out and help this team and possibly win a championship. I appreciate everything New Orleans did for me, but I didn't moved on. Let it go.
And you know, when he gets back, he's going to play in a situation that's going to make him look great because not only great players playing with him, but the Warriors are the type of team they're going to make him feel comfortable.
It's going to be so easy for
They're
him.
going to want him to look great, and then he's going to go back into free agency next year, and he'll get a bigger deal somewhere else. And I think it's all going to work out for DeMarcus Cousins. But I guess the only thing I'm saying is, from a team perspective, you don't have to like it, but they're in a risk management role, right? And no matter how much you like DeMarcus Cousins as a person and how much you like him as a player when healthy, and we all like him here as a person and as a player, but as a risk manager, you have to say, is this worth the risk?
Yeah, well, also, it is amazing, you talk about organizationally, to go from, I don't want to broadly say the Kings organization in its entirety, but the Kings organization as it was in the particular years he was there with the number of coaches and GMs and everything that they went through, to the stability and what the Warriors organization is now. I mean, that is literally the most
night and day,
right? Hot and cold, different environment you could have in basketball.
And with Boogie, you don't see the same player now that you see him as a Sacramento.
He's grown, and he's grown as a player and as a person.
But just environment. I mean, it's
losing
bananas.
would do that to you, Rachel. Losing would do that to you.
It's bananas.